Welcome back to the GSL Code A. We are in our final match. Not only the final match of today to decide if a Zerg or a Terran is going to Code S, but also this is literally the last match of Code A this season.
Yeah, we have a best of 3 coming up, a Terran versus Zerg. Ryung is out, he's in Code B, and it is Dream who advanced to the consolation match where he is up against Hydra, who lost in the winners match against True. Now we have Altazim's Stronghold, the map between the two of them, the starting map here. And this is exactly the same matchup that we already had when we started this group. Dream, back then, lost with a 1-2. It looked a little bit like he actually played worse in every single game. The first map was probably the one where he dominated Hydra the most, where he got his win. And on the second, he made a couple of mistakes, lost the match, and then on the last one, Hydra dominated him. So if Dream can now really play on top of things, I feel we're going to have a 4th Terran player in Code S. But if Hydra just keeps his wits together and is able to just pressure Dream once again like he did, especially in the 3rd map that he played, then we will see another Zerg player advance. Who's it going to be? Will we see a Zerg or Terran win here on Altazim's Stronghold to start things off? We're going to find out now at the GSL Code A. Colin Wolf.
Hydra versus Dream.
Altazim's Stronghold, the first map in the last best of 3 of Code A in the first WCS season of 2014. Starting to the bottom right, we have the CJantis player. It is Hydra. The Zerg going up against the Terran in blue. Starting to the bottom left for Team MVP, we have Dream. After his victory against Ryung, let's see what he can do against the Zerg player. What lessons did he take from the last time that he played against his opponent? His mech style was absolutely strong. Every time we saw Dream play Bio against Hydra, it looked a little bit weak, especially on the last map, which was his map, Choice Yonsu. He didn't really do anything against Hydra. The Zerg play dominated him. This now, on the other hand, is a very big map. We've seen mech from Terran against Zerg on this map, but he could definitely play on a map like this, a more Bio-oriented style. But I'm very, very curious to see what Dream is going to do to just change things up a little bit in comparison to the first best of 3 that he played against his opponent.
One thing for starters, he's going to go Command Center first. And part of the reason why is because on this map it's so easy to do so. You can put it at the actual mining location rather than, you know, in your main base.
That's already a really good point that you're making there. It's a very big map and we see a lot of Command Center first. And of course, another question is Hydra going into the double hatch before pool that we see so often on this map just for the very same reason?
I think he will.
We've seen it against Protoss, we've seen it against Terran. He doesn't identify right away that we have that Command Center. The second Overlord goes actually towards the bottom left, so he will find out. But now he has to make a choice, and it looks very much like he's going to start with the pool. He has the gas already, and it's very unlikely that with the gas built already, he's going to go into another hatch. There's the pool.
Yeah. Part of the reason why the Command Center first is a good choice, rather than the safer build, is also that the Reaper on this map, even if you knew your opponent's spawning location, if he knew his opponent's spawning bottom right, the Reaper's going to take a while to get over there. And since he doesn't know, then what if he scouts wrong? And the Reaper's not going to do anything for him. And it's just absolutely like 100% better to do Command Center first on this map, I feel, against the Zerg. Even if you get 6 pooled, you might be able to hold with a wall going up there. I mean, it just takes so long if the Zerg doesn't scout you correctly. It's like crazy to do a 6 pool on this map, so... or even a 10 pool for that matter.
Oh, a 6 pool on this map is, in my opinion, impossible. You cannot make this work. There's no way you can scout that in time. Like, you could, back then, on Tal'Darim Altar, you could make a 7 pool work, but you had to use the Zergling, you had to move the Zerglings into the middle of the map first, because the scouting times didn't work out. This map is even bigger, so I think even a 7 pool is kind of impossible.
Yeah, I don't think it could ever work. So, I mean, it's just like you basically... almost 100% would want to Command Center first, unless you're going to like rush Banshees or something, do something, a cheesy build.
If I'm the coach, if I'm the MVP coach, I go into the booth before the game and I hit Dream on the left cheek, I hit him on the right cheek, I put a Nesquik once again in his hand. That drink helped him apparently in the first best of 3 series, and I'm like, get your wits together, you can do this, you already showed it in the first map that you played against him, you can do this, believe in yourself, and then you might be the 4th Terran to advance to Code S. But of course, Hydra has that confidence of winning the first best of 3 series. And we are starting things off with a couple of Zerglings, scouting what's going on, trying to go up that ramp, but the Marines are in position already.
Yeah. Marines just over there to say, no, please don't enter. And speed is almost finished, but it's not going to accomplish a whole lot for him until the Hellions are out anyways. He actually will try to deny this. This is pretty funny. I think he's just going to go up there again once the reactor is supposed to finish so he can get into the main base. Well, that was a quick one.
That was really quick. That was super fast what he did there. What I find a bit surprising, I would actually expect him to get the third base very soon now.
Double factory. He's going to go into possibly double factory Hellions. Or blue flame, yeah, because with the tech lab going down, that's what he wants. This is going to be pretty cool. If you can get into the main base here, you can do all sorts of crazy things because you could split into two directions, go into the natural, do damage at the main base, the third base as well. These spawning locations is pretty exposed too.
One of the big things on a map like this is that it's very easy to hide what you're doing, because the overlords with the position that we have right now will always be towards the right side of your base. So if you start building structures to the left, it's nearly impossible for the Zerg player to find out what exactly you are doing. We have the Marines just waiting for an Overlord to move in, and that's what the Overlord is doing right now. It should be identified within seconds by the Dream, and then he can just simply send the Marines in, take down the Overlord.
He has a depot to spot for the Overlord to come in.
Yeah, and there it is already. Overlord moves in, as you can see on the minimap that is blinking at the bottom left.
He's being killed.
And there we go. Doesn't see...
Sees the command center. What is that? Well, he's like, well, that's cool, you have third CC, but doesn't tell him anything else. Yep. But on this map, if you didn't have a third CC, you might panic, so...
And the thing is, like, with all those Blue Flame Hellions, if you sneak in and if you make sure before you actually move out that there are no additional Overlords hanging around, you can kill stuff. And a lot of stuff. Shouldn't lose the Hellions before the Blue Flame upgrade is done, though. And on the other hand, there's a Baneling Nest. So that has the potential to be absolutely devastating. Since we do not see a Hydra, then the Baneling Nest is not gonna be ready in time, I think. That's super scary now.
Goes into double engineering base, so we know the follow-up is going to be bio, not you know, any sort of mech play. There's the stem being researched now as well as the 1-1. So this is just designed to give Dream a lead, and then for him, he's going to just try to roll with that advantage and overwhelm his opponent with bio pressure on this map. The spawning location is really good for that. And
sorry to cut you off there. Massive amount of Zerglings, but the Baneling Nest is ready now.
And this is Blue Flame Hellions.
He needs to do the damage now before the Banelings are an issue. And oh yes, that is gonna do a lot. Blue Flame Hellions, they are gonna have a party, and they are also going for the Korean barbecue here. It is disgusting. It takes down everything here. So far, Harvesters killed not too many though, because there were only a few at the third base. More Hellions moving in. No Banelings, nowhere to be seen. He goes into the main base. He tries to, it's still blocked, but he gets in with 4 Hellions, and he's trying to go for it right now. More and more Zerglings are being built. That's a lot of lava used here. Resources lost, highly in favor of Dream already, but can he take down more Harvesters?
He's going to get a few here, definitely.
Yeah, line them up, baby. That's exactly what Dream wants.
Dream wants it, man. He wants to go to Kodes. He wants to be the 4th Terran.
That was not a smart idea, Hydra.
He's got even more Hellions coming into the main base now.
16
Actually, could have just gone to the natural. I think he was not paying attention to these at all.
16 kills here. Ooh, you need to... gets off creep, okay. Gets off creep, but there's an attempted surround once again.
He will get one, and the second one's like 1 hit away.
16 Harvesters lost. It's 40 against 52 right now. A lot of lava sacrificed for that.
Yeah, that's really the bigger issue almost than the workers being killed, is just how much he had to spend on Zerglings, which are not going to be useful against Blue Flame Hellions, but he was desperate.
Hydra could have actually saved a lot of those drones. He stacked them up for him.
At the main base, that was a disaster.
I mean, he wanted to block. That was the idea. Just block between the structures that he had there already and wait until the Zerglings could go in and take them out together with the Queens, but he lined up too many of them.
He wants to trade against these Zerglings again, it looks like Dream, that is. He's trying to find them and beat them out. Armory finishing up here means he can start 2-2, and he's been able to do all of this basically for free. He's not been contested at all. Uh-oh, this time line of sight blocker is going to work against him.
Oh yeah, that line of sight blocker cost him all the Hellions.
But, I mean, he's in a great spot when it comes to continuing his upgrades. He can go into those right away, and he has all this bank, and he has all these production facilities getting powered up right now.
Yeah, I mean, this economy is massive. You are ahead in Harvesters against a Zerg player, and you have the extra mules. That is absolutely insanely good. The one thing, of course, the threat is the Mutalisk, but Dream is already working for that. He's going to get a few Thors in here, and he's on his way to get the first few missile turrets. So the Mutalisk will not blindside him, and he also has Marines.
Yeah. And Baru is almost done, but that's not going to be too useful without movement for his roaches or any roaches at all.
Hydra's getting another Baneling Nest right now. So he is in autopilot a little bit. He already has one.
He's definitely looking to True for advice on this one.
Yeah. He's going for the Baneling Nest, but double Baneling Nest does not allow you to build those Banelings faster. Does also not increase the Baneling speed. No, doesn't do anything for you.
Thor almost kills a Muta there, and he's actually just going to chase with Medivacs.
Nice, I like that. I love to see that.
Yeah, it's really cool to see that. It's just like, we can take these two tools and make them work together.
People are always asking Phoenixes, like, do you even lift? And the Medivac is like, check this out. Just lifts the Thor over. Has to boost it in again, though, if he wants to defend against the Mutalisk attacking the Mineral Iron in the main. Not quite happening just yet, but another Medivac is already there helping out with the Marines.
And army supply massively in favor of Dream. He's had so much time to power this up. He's got really solid upgrades. If his 2-2 finishes while he's poking and attacking here, he's going to have that lead over Hydra, and that's going to hurt him a lot. Hurting Hydra, that is to say. Hydra's still on 3 bases anyways, by the way, against 3. And, I mean, that's never an ideal situation, as Zerg always want to be ahead. That 4th base that he's taken, if it were scouted, could be easily denied by Dream.
Supply block now as well, since he lost another Overlord. And here's the scout on the 4th, as you already pointed out. So we have the Mutalisk just shutting that down. But at the same time, Dream is moving out with his army. And here we go, he kills another Overlord, and he has the potential to soon supply block his opponent again. Not the case just now, but the Overlords, a few of them were a bit exposed there. It's just like Hydra waiting for an opportunity to attack this army. The problem really is that he's so far behind an army supply.
His army that he's up against is mostly Zerglings, and he has Blue Flame Hellbats. Blue Flame Hellbats with good splits on his Marines. He crushes this, and that is game. Blue Flame Hellbats, man, for the win with +1.
That was absolutely atrocious to watch as a Zerg fan. I mean, that was a second in which this army just evaporated, and then now the rest of the Bio army is just moving in. The Thors here against the Mutalisk. This is definitely a game. I mean, he's doubling the army supply. That 3rd base is absolutely exposed. There are not enough Banelings to take this down, even when they're clustering up. Those Baneling hits, they were not good enough. The first hatch is already gone. He's saving his Thor for now, and now it's Marines going up against Mutalisk. That is not a good trade. This is brutal.
This is brutal. GG.
Dream takes the lead in the series.
Again. Now, if this series is anything like the previous series... Okay, is this a ceremony? He is sponsored, but...
He switched from Nesquik to Red Bull. Hot 6. That was bad, yeah.
Well, if this series is anything like the last series, he's going to basically win Game 2, then throw it away, and then lose Game 3 by making a few poor decisions.
Yeah, but I think this time he will probably try to not fall into that trap.
Map is Daedalus Point, as expected, just like in the previous series.
And he had that game. He had it on
he's
Daedalus
going to
Point.
mech here again, man.
Look at his face. He's thinking about it. He's like, do I do it again? If I catch the Mutalisk switch, if I catch the tech, then I can win that game.
I think he's going to do it. I think
I hope so. I want to see it. I really want to see it. I think he played great in the first series, but just made a few mistakes in the second game. And I feel he could really, if he keeps his wits together, win this. So I really would love him to see. Would love to see him go into the same style that he used in the first time that he played against his opponent on Daedalus Point.
Would be a good choice. See if Hydra can tie up the series, though. Terran fans everywhere are hoping and praying. They're like, Dream just one more game and we will have 4 Terrans, increasing our Terran count by 25%.
I am super excited for this one, guys. Daedalus Point, let's jump right into it. It is Hydra going up against Dream. Will Dream be the 4th Terran in Code S? We're going to find out right now. Map number 2 at the GSL Code A. Colin Wolf.